Hi everyone, you reached Chronicles of the Gray Hair Diva. If this is your first time, welcome. If not, welcome back. For all of you out there, hit that subscribe button and the notification bell so that every time I upload a video, you will be notified. Hit the like button, chat with me in the comments, and when I get opportunity, I will chat back. And share my video with your friends and family so that they can come to my channel and get to know me also. I'm here today with a quick video on Robyn Juan Dixon, and the Mistress. Listen, this was an unauthorized threesome. And why do I say unauthorized? Because Robyn wasn't really here for it. She didn't want to be a part of it. But indirectly, because of Juan, she was. She became part of a threesome. Now listen, guys. This mistress of theirs, they spoke out. She spoke out. And when she spoke out, she tried to act as if like, you know what? She's not a bad person. I would never want to hurt Robyn. I'm not going to tell you what Juan and I did behind closed doors because that's not the type of person I am. But honey, you the type of person that will DM all the castmates and say, hey, I exist. You the type of person that would talk to a man that is on TV that you clearly know for sure whether he wants to tell you they just doing it for show, they're just playing games. You know he's with somebody, and you're the type of chick that would still talk to him. And my thing is, if they was just doing it for TV and you really believe that, why wouldn't you say to him, listen, let me meet her. Y'all not really together anyway. It's just for TV. Let me meet her. Let me talk to her. Let me make sure that she's okay with you talking to me. But you didn't, because you messy. And let's be clear. I'm not, a big Robyn fan in terms of what she did in this particular situation. I think it's messy. I think they played in our face. They're supposed to be giving us reality TV. And they knew from the door that Juan messed up and they didn't come on the 7th season and talk to us about it. But on the flip side, I'm still not here for this other chick, for this third party running her mouth. Loose-lipped saint ships. Shut up. You know what you got yourself into. Why are you talking now? And listen, shout out to this YouTuber. I didn't even hear about him until, he got this exclusive and this whole scandal was coming on. But you know what? God bless him. He got the exclusive. Now let's hear a little bit of what this chick has to say. And then I'm going to give you my final words. So hold on. Let's hear her.
Reasonably Shady podcast, which she co-hosts with Giselle, and then took to her Patreon to add additional details around some of the receipts that the woman sent me. Now, since last night's airing of Watch What Happens Live, it's clear to me that maybe Juan told this story and wants to leave it at that, and Robyn is just going with it. However, there's a lot of things that Robyn states on her podcast and on the Patreon that seem to conflict with what this woman has said to me, and I wanted to hear the answers from her mouth regarding the things that Robyn has said about her and what actually happened between her and Juan. So, without further ado, let's take a listen to what she had to say to me. Hello?
Hello.
Hey, how are you?
Good. How are you?
I'm good. Okay, so thank you for doing this. I know we had to move pretty quickly, but like I said, I think we should stick to, for right now, let's stick to what Robyn has discussed on Patreon and what she discussed on Watch What Happens Live, which is pretty much the same. So let's start with Robyn saying, which you already said, you reached out to Juan. So that is correct, right?
Yeah, that's correct.
So you reached out to Juan first, and then he obviously entertained the conversation, as we saw in the DMs that you put forward. And from what Robyn said on Patreon was that Juan was not interested, but mainly was just being nice. And so that you had reached out to him, that you had told him that you were coming to Maryland because you were dating a Ravens football player or something like that. Can you talk about that? Because that didn't add up from what you had said to me initially.
Yeah, I have no idea where that story came from. It's very confusing. I had no reason to go to Maryland other than to see Juan.
And how long were you guys talking before you came to Maryland the first time?
It was like a year, I want to say at least a year, because there was restrictions with COVID, that is true, and there was no crossing the border at the time.
Okay, so that part is true. There was strict, I do recall that. So, but
Yes.
once the restrictions were lifted, that's when you made the plan to come. But was it that you offered, or was he the one that said, come visit me?
It was both. It was definitely both of us. We both wanted to meet each other, and we both were just waiting for the restrictions to be lifted. It was always a plan. It was always in the works.
And so you guys didn't just talk via texting or DMs, right? Like, did you guys ever talk on the phone or FaceTime?
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah, all the time.
So when Robyn says that, let's jump to when you're in Maryland. So you get to Maryland. What was the plan? You got to Maryland, and then what?
I was just going to meet him at the hotel and just get settled in, I guess.
Okay. And so the part where Robyn suggests that you called Juan when I guess she said that, well, firstly, she said that your wallet was stolen in the casino, and then on Watch What Happens Live, she said that you lost your wallet. So this is what prompted you to call Juan, and then Juan, being the Good Samaritan, drove to the hotel to put his card down and then left. Can you clarify that?
I don't know what to say to that, because it's just outrageous.
Like, it doesn't make sense, you mean?
It just doesn't make sense, any of it. So
you and Juan did hang out when you were here.
Correct.
Okay, so it wasn't he just came and put the card down and left. And was that part of his story then, the part about the casino? Because you didn't say anything about that to me.
Like I said, this is the first time I'm kind of hearing these things. So
Yeah.
I can't say anything because I have never heard of these stories before.
Do you feel like Juan gave her the story that she has regurgitated to all of us?
Definitely.
Okay. And then did Juan ever tell you that there was any sort of like real relationship with Robyn when you guys started talking, or was that clear to you when you guys were talking? Like, did you know that they were in a like relationship, or did it?
Very clear that the relationship was for TV. Like, it was for the fans. It was a paycheck. And that was just their obligation, right? And they needed to do what they needed to do pretty much for TV. And he made it clear that he does have that respect for Robyn, but it was not a real relationship. There was no, it was just not like a real loving relationship. It was just more of co-parenting and, kind of best buddies.
So then with that, it's clear that he didn't want to tell her the real story for whatever reason, even though you would think that they would be fine with it if it's just for TV. But now, one last thing. She had also mentioned that you sent Juan a request via Zelle or something for $4,000, basically, I guess, insinuating that you were asking for the money in order to not go to the blogs or something to that. Can you speak on that?
Yeah, it's a little outrageous, and I wish she would have put more thought into her statement, because I am in Canada. I am a Canadian citizen, and in 2023, we don't have Zelle. We don't accept Zelle. I can't request Zelle. I don't have access to that on my phone. There's other means of sending money, we're Canadians, and Zell just is not an option, and everybody knows that. So I just think it's, once again, outrageous.
And that part, I think, is interesting because I didn't realize that Zell wasn't available in Canada, but from what you're saying, it's never been available. So, so you did not request $4,000 from Juan. Okay.
No, did not happen.
Okay, and then so the end of all this, where you stop talking to Juan, that is when you're referring to the friend coming to the door and exposing himself. But Robyn's claimed that the friend was there in lieu of Juan taking you around, and so the friend was there merely to just kind of take you where you wanted to go, which I think she said you wanted to go to a couple of places that also didn't really make sense. Like, why would you come all the way to Maryland just to go to Western Union? But so that's not true. You did not hang out with a friend at all outside of that inappropriate behavior that he displayed.
No, we did not hang out. I never met him in my life, and I had no pre-existing knowledge that he was coming to the hotel to do what he did.
And then, so once you left, that was the very last, like, you were done with it. Like, whether or not you said it to him, in your mind, were you done with this whole situation once that happened?
A little bit violated and obviously naive a little bit as well, but into that kind of thing. I don't know. I guess everybody has their own things that they like, but I thought talking with him for a whole year, I somewhat did get to know him, and I didn't see that coming at the end at all.
No, and it sounds pretty shocking. I mean, that would be pretty scary, I think, for anybody. But so all in all, you and Juan absolutely did hang out, and I don't want to go into detail, but would you say that things went further than just hanging out? Do you know what I'm saying?
I'm not here to hurt Robyn.
Sure.
He was never trying to hurt Robyn. And like I said, I'm not a malicious person like that, so I'm not going to get into all those details, but
okay.
He didn't just get me a hotel room to say goodbye.
Right. Well,
that's
you know what? I want to clarify this for everyone as well. I wholeheartedly believe that you had the most integrity with dealing with this. So I want to send my hats off to you for that, because this is not an easy situation, to have to talk about, and then for it to go public, and then hear someone claim rebuttals that are lies. So I appreciate you sticking through it, and we're gonna leave it. I think we'll leave it here because I think, however, additional details around.
Okay. You know what? This is Giorgio Says. So go over there, his YouTube channel, like, subscribe, listen to the video. I just wanted to play that first before I give you my final thoughts. One, this chick's talking about integrity, like she would never do that. I don't want to say what we did, but he didn't just come, meaning Juan didn't just come, pay for my hotel, and then nothing happened. Like, girl, then you might as well tell us what you did, because you just did. You didn't want to hurt Robyn, but you did hurt Robyn. You didn't want, you just can't deal with the lies. But girl, you signed up for the lies. You knew when you was talking to Juan on the phone for a whole year before you left Kamala, came to Maryland to see him, that he was with somebody else. And if you really thought that he was just with the words that was coming out of his mouth was true, then you would have said, let me speak to her. Let me speak to Robyn. Since y'all best buddies, since y'all just co-parenting, since y'all got this agreement that y'all just doing this fake relationship for TV, let me speak to her. Because I got integrity and I don't want to talk to somebody else's man. But no, you didn't do that. Because, chick, you knew what you signed up for. And what happened was when you got to Maryland and he treated you like, you know what I'm trying to say. He treated you like a little, side piece, something he used. He got what he wanted for you. And then he, sent his friend over there to see if his friend could get some too. That's what happened. And so when you got disrespected, you got pissed. And then you wanted to blow his scene up. You wanted to tell everybody. You wanted Robyn to know. You wanted everybody in the cast to know, just in case Robyn wasn't going to say anything and she was going to stick by Juan. You wanted everybody to know, including the blogs, because you was pissed. And now you're trying to act like you humble and you would never do something like that. But you did what you did and you knew what you was doing. And why you was really pissed, like I said, is because when he got to that hotel, he got what he wanted from you. Some sex. Then he sent his buddy over there to see if he can get some. Then he told you to go back home to Canada. And you was hot. Because we thought it was going to be different. You thought you was going to have some type of relationship with him. You thought he would at least treat you like a lady. But you know what? Here's the crazy thing about men. They will be with someone. They will talk to the side piece. They will take the side piece to dinner. They will do everything with that side piece. But when it comes time, and I'm not saying there are some side pieces that made the come up, and they're 1%ers. But for the most part, the side piece will always be on the losing end of the stick at the end of the day. And that's what happened to this mistress. And she was pissed and she decided to leak all the information and tell all the business because that was her final revenge. So now that I think about it, now I don't know because we don't know if there's a license or not. But when Robyn showed that wedding at the end of the season on the Real Housewives of Potomac and she slapped her butt and she put her middle finger up to the world, she was putting it up to her. A lot of other people too. But the number one person she put that middle finger up to was that chick right there. Okay, you thought you was going to get me, girl. That's what she said to her. You sent me the DMs. You sent it to everybody in the cast. You want to embarrass me, blow me up, and take my man. But guess what? Now you get to see on TV that I still ended up with him in the end. Threesomes never work. Authorized or unauthorized. Juan messed up. And I believe that he was feeding the chick lies like he was feeding Robyn lies. Robyn messed up because once she found out, knowing that she's on a reality show, especially if you're doing it for a check, do it better. Play it off, start arguing on TV. Why did you cheat on me? That's what you got to do, Robyn. But listen, guys, chat with me in the comments, and when I get an opportunity, I will chat back. This chick coming out talking about I got integrity. I didn't want to hurt Robyn. Stop it. You did want to hurt her. Why did you DM her and say, listen, this is what was going on if you didn't want to hurt her? You knew she was going to be hurt. You knew what you was doing. You hurt her because he hurt you. And he's hurting her too. Little do you know. But anyway, guys, chat with me in the comments, and when I get an opportunity, I will chat back. Don't forget to hit that like button. If you have not subscribed, subscribe. And I'll see you in the next video.